Hello friends, Intuitive Rene here, bringing you your weekly TarotScopes for the week starting the 28th of September through to, had to think about that, the 4th of October. 28th September through to the 4th of October. So the way these TarotScopes work is we have one card for each sign of the Zodiac to give you the kind of energies that you need to be mindful of, aware of, the energies of the week, so that you know whatever you're doing, how best to tackle it, what you are facing against, what's working for you, what's working against you. And I like to call it just like the energy for the week for each sign of the Zodiac. So if you are a Cancer sun sign, you may listen to the Cancer card. But if you have your moon in Scorpio, it may be interesting to listen to that one as well. And if you know what your rising sign is, you may want to listen to that one as well, because each, as I'm sure you know, your sun sign, your moon sign, well, actually all of them really do add a little bit of something to your personality and to your life. So sometimes it's quite nice to listen to more than one. And the way that, so as I said, we've got one card for each sign of the Zodiac, and when we've done all 12 of these, I'm then going to take a card from the Buddha Wisdom little oracle cards to give us a message for the collective, a message for everybody for the week ahead. So let's get straight into it. Before we get straight into it, if you are watching on my YouTube channel, in the description box below will be timestamps for each sign of the Zodiac so that you can jump straight ahead to that one. And if you are watching on my blog, you will have the timestamps there as well. So it makes it easy for you. You don't have to watch through all of them just to get to yours, wherever yours may be. All right, friends, and if you haven't already subscribed to my YouTube channel, please consider doing so. That is the best way to support my work and to keep this kind of content coming for you. Good. Right, so we are now going to get straight into it. And as always, we're going to start with Aries. So Aries, let's have a look and see what your week has in store for you. All right, Aries, we have got the Hermit. Isn't this card just absolutely exquisite? This deck is just exquisite. So this is the Crystal Visions Tarot. And the Hermit card, Aries, is basically saying to you that you don't need anybody this week. You need to be focusing on yourself. You need to be focusing on you. Anything that you need, anything that you desire, you can find within yourself, okay? So it's a week of believing in yourself, trusting in yourself, recognizing your own talents, your own skills, and your own abilities, and working with that. Finding answers within your heart and soul as opposed to finding them externally. That is what is important and significant for you this week, Aries. So it's about recognizing your own inner strength, your own abilities, recognizing that you are the only person that you can really trust and rely on this week. So don't put your faith in others. Well, I suppose you can if you know it's guaranteed, but really this week you need to be recognizing that you are all you need to achieve, all that you need to achieve. So trust and believe in yourself this week, Aries. How awesome is that? Taurus, let's have a look and see what your week has in store for you. Okay, so Taurus, this is the Crystal Visions Tarot, and this particular deck has an extra card, and guess what? It's the card that you've drawn. So the Unknown card, basically, there's a couple of ways that we can read this. Just make sure that we are in focus. There's a couple of ways that we can read this. The first sort of understanding is that Spirit don't want to give you any information. So maybe Spirit is saying, well, it's going to be a surprise for you this week. It's saying to you that you may be dealing with the unknown, okay? And at this stage, it's really like Spirit is saying to you that there's no heads up for you. Because if you have a heads up, you may change your actions, you may change your behaviors, which may change the outcome. And that would be a mistake at this point. So the Unknown card for you, Taurus, is telling you that you are going to have a week of surprises. You are going to have a week of many things thrown at you that you weren't prepared for, that you weren't expecting, that you weren't looking out for. And you're going to have to deal with the unknown this week. So put your seatbelt on and be prepared to tackle and to handle anything that gets thrown at you this week. Because you know what, Taurus, what's interesting about this card is, as much as it's saying that you don't know and Spirit don't want to give you the information, it's also a confirmation that you've got this. It's also confirmation that you are strong, wise, brave enough to deal with anything that the universe throws at you. You have got this, Taurus. Nice, I like that. Gemini, let's have a look and see what we have in store for you this week. All right, Gemini, you have got the Four of Wands. How absolutely fabulous. Four of Wands is about commitment. Four of Wands is about making that promise, making that commitment to somebody. It's about recognizing the significant people in your life, recognizing that you want to share your life with others, recognizing that you want to spend time with other people and making that commitment to others. But also it's about celebrating and, well, acknowledging and celebrating your success, your happiness and your joy with those people that are significant in your life. So Four of Wands is about stability in relationships, about commitment in relationships, about connecting with others, bringing your family together to honor the commitments and the promises that you have made to your loved ones. So really an awesome card for you this week, Gemini. Cancerians, let's have a look and see what your week has in store for you. Oh, Cancerians, you have got the Devil card. The Devil card is all about temptations. The Devil card is all about eating the fruit from the forbidden tree. You can see there he sits patiently waiting to see what you're going to do. Are you going to take a bite of the apple or are you not going to take a bite of the apple? So understand that this week there's going to be temptations. This week there's going to be temptations for you to climb out of your comfort zone and to do things maybe a little bit out of character and out of the norm for you. But just be mindful of your thoughts as well, because the devil does play with our mind more than he plays with anything else, because he makes us start questioning. He makes us start doubting. He makes us start wondering if what we're doing is right and if what we're doing is, should we try it a different way? Should we do things differently? So he makes us question ourselves. He makes us doubt ourselves. So Cancerians, just know that this is going to be a week of thinking. This is going to be a week of questioning your belief systems, questioning your outlooks, and questioning life in general, and the temptation to start stepping out of your comfort zone and doing things a little bit differently. We're not saying that that would be wrong. We're just saying be mindful, okay? Just be mindful of your actions, be mindful of what you're doing, be mindful of how you're doing it, and just confirm that it is actually what you want for yourself. Good. Leo, let's have a look and see what your week has in store for you. All right, so Leo, you have got the Death card, and the Death card does not mean that you or anybody else that you know is dying. The Death card is basically saying to you, your life needs to change. There is some major change, some major epiphanies, and some major transformations that are taking place in your life right now, and they are good. So if we have a look here, we have the lady lying, we have got the angel of death who has come to take her. Look at all the butterflies coming off. So it's about transformation. It's about change. It's about letting go of the old and freeing ourselves and releasing the new. So Leo, it's time to change things up a little bit in your life. It's time to do things a little bit differently. Things, even if you've done things the same way for the last 20 years, it's definitely time to let go of those old patterns and to recreate and to make some new ones. Allow yourself to experience, explore, and to have a better opportunity and better life for yourself. It's definitely time to let go of the old and embrace the new. Time for change, time for transformation, and we're talking big change here. So this is definitely a week. If you have been thinking about making any changes in your life, Leo, this is the week for it. You would have huge success if you did that this week. Fabulous. Virgo, let's see what your week has in store for you. Oh, Virgo, you have got Two of Swords. Two of Swords means that you're not seeing something that you need to be seeing. You can see she's got a blindfold on and she's got herself in a bit of a defensive position. So the Two of Swords is basically saying that there is truths in front of you that you're choosing not to see, that you don't want to see, that you feel like are not comfortable enough. And it's basically, we're saying to you, it's time to take the blindfolds off. It's time to face the truth. Whatever's going on in your life at the moment, it's time to face the bitter truth, even if it is hard, even if it's not easy. So Virgo, it's time to take the blindfold off, to look at what's going on in your life, face the truth. And you know what, when you do take the blindfold off, and when you do look at whatever scares you, whatever holds you back, whatever makes you feel nervous, you're going to see that it's not so scary. You're going to see that it's not so awful. But when you still have your blindfold on, your perceptions are a lot worse. Your perceptions are a lot more difficult. And it makes it seem as if it's worse. But when you actually face your fears, when you face the truth, you'll see it's not so bad after all. So Virgo, a week to face the difficulties, to face the truth, to face the shadows, to face the things that you've been avoiding for some time now. and you will see that it's not as bad as you perceive. It's not as bad as you expected it to be. All right, so let's come all the way down here and let's have a look at Libra. Libra, what does your week have in store for you? Let's just make sure we're in focus, Libra. Good. Libra, you've got the King of Pentacles. Brilliant card. Lovely card to have for the week, because the King of Pentacles is saying that you are in control of your material possessions and your finances. The King of Pentacles is saying that you've worked really hard and it's now time to enjoy the fruits of your labor. It's now time to enjoy everything that you've worked so hard for. It's also saying to you to maybe take stock of what you've accomplished, take stock of what you've accumulated, and take stock of what's happening in your life. But this is a really physical card, okay? So it's not so much about emotions. It's not so much about your thoughts and your intellect. It's more about your material possessions, your finances, your home, your things, okay? So the King of Pentacles is all about taking control of and recognizing. So definitely a week to take stock. If you run your own business, it's definitely a week to maybe check in on your finances and to make sure that everything balances. Definitely a week to count your money twice and to make sure that you have everything that you have worked so hard for. But it's also about celebrating. It's also about acknowledging and celebrating how much you have and how far you have come. Awesome for you this week, Libra. Good. Now let's have a look at Scorpio. Scorpio, what does your week have in store for you? Okay, so Scorpio, you have the Hierophant, and the Hierophant is such an awesome card. He's all about being the spiritual teacher, the spiritual leader. He's about being the spiritual inspirer. He's the person we go to when we're looking for guidance and advice. The Hierophant is the one who hands out wisdom, hands out information and knowledge. He's also known as the spiritual teacher and advisor. So the Hierophant is also, he's also about keeping things simple. He doesn't really like to overcomplicate. He doesn't really like to make life, awfully difficult. He tries to keep everything simple and uncomplicated. So for you this week, a Scorpio, if you find yourself facing any challenges, the answer is simple. Don't go for complicated solutions. Don't go for complicated answers. Keep it simple. Use the KISS principle this week, which is keep it simple, and you can add the second S in. I'm not going to say that. But it's also about recognizing your faith. It's about recognizing your belief system. Whatever your belief system is, it doesn't matter what it is. You do believe in something. There is something, your understanding is significant and your understanding is sufficient. So whatever you're facing this week, turn to your belief system, turn to your understanding, and try and find simple solutions to all the challenges that you may face. But also recognize that the Hierophant is also saying to you that you have words of wisdom to share with others. So if people do come to you looking for advice and guidance, be open to giving, be open to sharing, and be open to sharing with those around you. I love that card. Sagittarius, let's see what your week has in store for you. Sag, you have got 10 of Pentacles. Absolutely awesome. 10 of Pentacles is about coming full circle with your finances and your material possessions. The 10 of Pentacles is about, recognizing the lavish and the lush that you have in your life at the moment. It doesn't mean that you have a full bank account. It may mean that you have love in abundance. It may mean that you have friendship in abundance. You have something in abundance in your life. This is the abundance card, and it's about recognizing and enjoying that abundance. So if you are not the richest person around, but you have a lot of friends who love you unconditionally and who support you unconditionally, this card is telling you to celebrate it. If you have a job that gives you many opportunities to improve your life, let's celebrate it this week. This is the week to celebrate lush, lavish, extravagance, things like that you have in your life this week. Look, I'm going to call it the gratitude card, okay? So Sagittarius, it's telling you to find gratitude, practice gratitude, celebrate gratitude, and have gratitude for absolutely everything, because that is how you attract more of the same. I think that's fabulous. Capricorn, let's see what your week has in store for you. All right, so Capricorn, for you this week, we have got the Five of Swords. And the Five of Swords is such an interesting card because, so basically, I think that is you over there, and you need to achieve certain things. There are certain things that you need to do. There are certain things that you need to carry out. But in order to do in order for you to advance in your life, you have to cause a little bit of harm or do something that you would ordinarily not like to do to somebody else. It's about recognizing the Five of Swords are difficult because our morals sort of get in the way and our belief systems get in the way, because it's saying that recognize that sometimes you have to step on toes in order to advance yourself. And I know that that goes against Capricorn's belief system, but recognize that this week you have to do what's right for you. This week you have to do things that go against your moral belief and moral understanding in order for you to progress in your life. So this week may be a bit of a difficult week for you, Capricorn. You may find yourself having to do things that you don't like. You may find yourself having to face things that you don't want to, but you have to do it in order for you to succeed, in order for you to advance in your own life. But recognize as well, which sometimes helps, is that when you have to do things that you don't really want to do, you're actually helping the other person. Even though you've caused pain, even though you've caused harm, even though you've maybe made them suffer a little bit, maybe that lesson in the suffering and the hurt that you've caused them is exactly the lesson that they've needed. And you, even though you feel terrible doing it, it is part of your journey as well. Okay, so Capricorn, don't be afraid to step out of your comfort zone. You may have to face doing things this week that ordinarily you would avoid. Please, I'm not suggesting that we go out and stab anybody, but what we are suggesting is that you don't be afraid to step on toes if you need to in order for you to advance your own life. Good. Aquarius, let's see what your week has in store for you. So Aquarius, Ace of Swords energy, how fabulous. Ace of Swords is that you are full of ideas, full of inspiration, full of new thoughts and new strategies and new concepts, and you have a head full of them. And it's about recognizing those ideas, recognizing the thoughts and the ideas and the stuff that you have going on in your head, recognizing them and actually then start working with them. Because you know what, having a busy mind is one thing, but acting on it, behaving on it, reacting to it is often the next thing. And that's what this is saying to you. It's saying to you that your mind is sharp. It's saying to you that your ideas and your strategies that you have happening in your head are really, really good and worthwhile, but you need to pay attention. It's now time to take the ideas from the mind, take the ideas from the head and actually put them into practice. Put them into the real world and see where it gets you. So Aquarius, for you this week, please pay attention to your thoughts, pay attention to the stuff that's happening in your head and act on them, make them real, because there's some really good nuggets of information, nuggets of inspiration, nuggets of ideas and nuggets of wisdom that are happening in your head, and you need to implement and share with the rest of the world. Love that one. And last but not least, we have Pisces. So Pisces, let's see what your week energy is for you this week. And Pisces, you have got the Knight of Cups. How absolutely awesome. The Knight of Cups is all about romantic gestures. The Knight of Cups is all about showing love and being romantic and expressions of relationships. So you can see he's got a bouquet of roses. You can see the horse or the unicorn has been done up as beautifully as could possibly be. He is wearing his best clothes and he is heading out to show love. He is on his way to show love and affection for somebody else. So it's about big shows. It's about big gestures. So whatever you do this week, anything on an emotional level, Pisces, I almost want to say to you, go big or go home. All right. No small gestures, no doing anything half measures. It's about doing things full blown. Full blown is the only way for you this week, Pisces. So go big or go home, but go big and know that it's going to be work out for you. It's going to be absolutely amazing. Share the love, show the love, be the love. Okay, good. So friends, that's our TarotScopes done for the week. And now I'm going to use these gorgeous Buddha Wisdom Oracle cards to get a message for the collective. So we're going to use these. As you can see, I'm shuffling. They are nice and small, so hopefully I won't bump the camera this week. So we're shuffling and we're asking for a message for everybody, a little bit of extra guidance for everybody for the week ahead. What do we need to know? What do we need to be aware of? What else does Spirit need us to know over and above the messages we have already received? And I feel like I wanted that one over there. So let's put those away and let's see what we get. The message is, however many holy words you speak, what good will they do if you do not act upon them? I love it. I absolutely love it. Let me see if I can get it closer. There we go. And However many holy words you speak, what good will they do if you do not act upon them? So that is your Buddha wisdom for the day. Make sure, for the week I should say. So make sure that the words that you speak, make sure that the words that come out your mouth this week match your actions, match what you're doing. Make sure that you speak, that you walk your talk this week. Friends, with love and blessings from our heart to yours. Until we connect again, take care.